Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
And you are tuned into Our Plugs, a community connection, where culture, commerce, and community come together on one powerful platform.
Absolutely. This is a show that connects Black and minority-owned businesses, nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and change makers all in one place. We don't just talk, we build, we uplift, and we plug you into the resources that help our community grow.
Yep. From business ownership and financial empowerment to mental health, education, arts, culture, and justice. This is a space where real conversations meet real solutions.
I know that's right. So wherever you're listening, whether it's from home, at work, or on the move, stay locked in because you're officially plugged into Our Plugs, the community connection.
Now let's get into today's show. Good morning, Holly Springs, Mississippi. Good morning, Memphis, Tennessee. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Today is the start of a brand new week. A new week to be great, fantastic, and just be you. And that's great and fantastic, period. So we're going to have a wonderful week. We've got a great lineup starting with Coach's Corner, all the way to Gossip and Giggles all week long. We have new shows, new topics. And it's almost April. We've got, a couple days, one more day to April. And then, hey, can you believe it's almost April? My goodness, where did the time go? I swear we just blinked and it was January 1st. Needless to say, it's almost April. So a couple more days. I also want to say good evening to our family and friends on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being part of our mission, part of our journey. Now, let's turn it over to your daily reminder to drink 16 ounces of water as soon as you wake up. Take your morning medication. I'm going to come back to that in just a second. Your vitamins, and eat a delicious breakfast. Now, when I say morning medication, be conscious and awake of when you're taking your medication, because DJ Kitty decided Sunday morning to take her night medication versus her morning medication. And if you've ever made that mistake before, you will never make that mistake again. I have been tired all day long because at night I take my sinus medication. So needless to say, it's been a groggy day for me all day. However, I'm still here and I'm still breathing. And just make sure you take your morning medication, the right medication. I need to start saying that, the right morning medication. Don't be like DJ Kitty and just blindly half sleep, get in there and chug half my water, take my medication, and then look at the box and say, oh my goodness, I've got the wrong meds in me. Anywho, anyhow. That's my little tale on taking the right meds. So we're going to switch it over to Miss Morningstar for our morning affirmations. And these affirmations should sustain you all day long. They do me. So come on in, Miss Morningstar. Come off mute and give us what you got for a poke chop.
For a poke chop. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome in. Welcome back. Actually, I hope everybody had a relaxing 48 hours. I'm gonna have to use that more often. 48 hours, and was able to, at least debrief and kind of restructure your train of thought and everything, and just kind of move in the right direction. I know I did. I was able to do some things around the house that I needed to get done. I got some upcoming events. I got to get stuff moving and out on the lawn and all that good stuff. So, good morning, y'all. Let's get this week started off right. Kickstart your week with positive affirmations, as always, that inspire, give you confidence, motivation, and a protective mindset. So, here are some powerful affirmations to help you start your week on a positive note. Number one, you're going to approach the week with a calm mind and an open heart. Okay? That's what you're going to tell yourself. Calm mind, open heart. Today I start fresh, ready to make the most of every moment. I embrace the possibilities of this week has to offer. My week begins with peace and positivity. I'm prepared to handle whatever comes my way this week. I move into this week with confidence and clarity. Today, I set the tone for a productive and balanced week. I choose to make this week a great one. I welcome this new week with a smile and open mind. I trust myself to navigate this week with ease. Now, these affirmations can help you cultivate a positive mindset and set the right tone for the days ahead. You can repeat them daily, write them down to reinforce your intentions, and focus on your goals. Have a great week, guys.
Thank you, Miss Morningstar. There's nothing like great affirmations to, really let it sink in that it's going to be okay, irregardless of what we see on the news, even though mainstream media is, in my opinion, tripping because they're really not explaining what's really going on. That's why we have to turn to social media. However, irregardless, you're going to have a great week. All right, let's go ahead and get into this weather. Oh, we had such a beautiful weekend in Houston. It was gorgeous outside. A little
Yeah,
cool on Saturday, but it felt
felt
wonderful.
wonderful.
Yes, it
I
did.
loved it.
Yes, and I wish it would stay like that every single day, that we never had to worry about cold weather, or too hot weather. Just keep us in the 75, 80-degree mark. And
Mhm.
you look, you've won, if you can keep us there. But let's get into it. Holly Springs today, you have a high of 81, a low of 65. Feels like 80 during the day, 59 at night with an 8% chance of rain. Winds are out of the south southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. It's going to be a partly cloudy day. Humidity is high all day long, and air quality is very good. Memphis, Tennessee, you've got similar weather. High today of 81, a low of 66, 81 during the day, 62 at night, with a 12% chance of rain. Winds are out of the south southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. It's going to be a cloudy day during the morning, and then the sun's going to come out. Beautiful day. Humidity is high all day long. Air quality is good. H-Town, hot Houston. 85 is your high today. 69 is your low. Feels like 84 during the day. 68 at night with a 12% chance of rain. Winds are out of the south southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. It's going to be a partly cloudy day. Then the sun will come out. It always comes out. Humidity is high during the day, very high at night, and air quality is good. Let's talk about this pollen, though. Has been, the pollen has us in a chokehold. The pollen is so bad that there were firefighters that went out and thought that it was a fire, but it was just pollen dust in the air. That is how bad pollen is in in Texas. So I don't know if most of you know or not, but most of the trees that are in America are male trees, and those male trees they produce pollen. Female trees produce fruit. I think everybody, if you don't know now, you know. So when they constructed this country, they thought it would be a good idea to fill the country with a bunch of male trees and not female trees. And I always ask myself, why would they not want female trees? And could it be that people would be able to eat for free? That sounds about right. That sounds about white. That sounds
You
about
might be on to something. I mean, they
hmm.
want to, they don't want to feed people nowadays, and everything is about capitalism. What can they make money off of? How, if we have these female trees, they won't come and buy our produce. You're dang on right. We won't.
And
Um,
let's take it a step further. Pollen, so people have allergies. And when you have allergies, what do you do when you have allergies? You have to take medication. You have to go to the doctor. So it's also feeding into that
mhm.
doctor, that
Visit.
paycheck, that doctor visit, and then you have to get medication, and then it's ear, nose, and throat. But if we had fresh air with female trees instead of male trees, we wouldn't have this problem. And I can only imagine that a male thought about that, because a female, I would assume, would know better. But I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
look where we at today because of you know
You know,
misogyny and
yeah,
misogyny and all of that. So hey,
the powers that be decide that they would rather have male trees and giving us pollen versus female trees that give us fruit. What a wicked world that seems to be.
something else.
Anyway, let me tell you, to combat that, I would suggest everyone buy a fruit tree and put it in your backyard. If
I
you
actually seen a lot of fruit
mm-hmm,
trees this weekend, and we
mm-hmm,
did go get some flowers and things like that. And I was just thinking, like, wow, we got bananas. We might have to do some banana trees and some blueberries
mm-hmm,
and some strawberries, and just
yeah,
why not? They got them.
yeah. Yes. So that being said, I encourage everyone, I'm a grower. So I like to unlike Miss Morningstar, I like to get my fingers in the dirt. And that's my Mississippi roots coming in.
I don't do that.
That's my Mississippi roots. Grandma and my family were sharecroppers in Mississippi.
I watch though.
Yeah, I know. You'll watch
I
it.
can coach you. Oh yeah.
I don't need any coaching. You can just sit
And
there.
I'll water them.
Just sit there and be pretty.
The water. I'll spray the water.
Just sit there and be pretty. I don't have a problem with getting in the dirt.
Critters and worms and all that. Yeah.
Anyhow, yeah, I did see some fruit trees, and I am actually most definitely going to plant a couple. Even if you don't drop them in the ground, you can put them in a large enough pot.
I'm lying, friend.
A large enough pot, and grow your tree that way. That's Miss Morningstar and her husband going back and forth, because Mr. Morningstar, Mr. Frank doesn't have a problem. He's just like DJ Kitty, his big sis. We like to get our fingers in the dirt. Miss Morningstar is not lying. She will sit back and sit pretty and try and guide. And I will tell her to.
Dirt. Okay, I will spray anyhow. I will spray.
Yeah, she'll spray it. She'll water it. I only need you watering at night, not during the day when the sun is gonna evaporate my plants.
Right.
Anyhow, that is your weather for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Get out there, enjoy it, and go plant a fruit tree and feed your neighbors, yourself and your neighbors. Don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. Anywho, let's go ahead and get into this news that you can use. Miss Morningstar, I mean, over the weekend, a lot happened. They had a No Kings parade, or a No Kings march all over.
Over in every state, from what I heard.
Every state.
I heard it was a big success.
Mm-hmm.
Heard it was no incidents. Maybe one or two with some that showed up, but other than that, I heard good reviews.
Yeah. And I feel like
statements, and people are tired.
Yeah. People are tired, and they're fed up. They're fed up with what's going on in this administration. And of course, they're going to march. But my thing is, marching is great. And it's what the government expects us to do, is just march. We have to take it a step further. The only thing this government actually understands is what? Money. Yeah. I'm just going to tell you. Sean is reporting over 8 million people marched in attendance.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Good job. I'm part of the 92%.
Who went and did their part.
Yes. I'm part of the 92%, and I choose to protest this way by bringing you guys the news and supporting on the back end. I encourage anyone that wants to get out there, do your part. But one of the greatest parts that you can do outside of doing the No Kings is holding on to your money. Don't spend your money with people who don't appreciate you or who's using you to fund this government. And when I say using you, let's take for example, Chili from TLC. Let's get into it, sis. Chili from TLC, and I love TLC. That was my era. I was, you know,
What
we're
did he do? Because I've been hearing my husband been giving me little bits and pieces, but he says she's guilty, but I
yeah,
don't know.
I have to agree with my brother.
I didn't read it, so
Okay, so let me break it down to you.
Yeah.
So apparently, number one, Chili. I'm gonna tell you all the things that has been done. First, she reposted a negative comment about Michelle Obama being a man. Yes, that's number one. Number two, she gave small donations, but the donations irregardless to the Frumpy campaign. Yes. Number three, she's following the Frumps, all of them, all of well, I'm gonna say DJT, Ivanka. She's following them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She even follows Tommy Lauren, the girl who is a blatant racist. And last but not least, when she was told, you know, when it all came out about her being a MAGA supporter, a MAGA blagger, she got on social media Sunday and, you know, Saturday or Sunday, and tried to say that it was a mistake. She accidentally reposted Michelle Obama, and she's not MAGA. However, your follower list doesn't lie. It doesn't add up, because if you're not MAGA, why are you following the Frumpies? If you're not MAGA, why are you donating to the Frumpies? And I say that to say this: if I decide to go see TLC and buy a ticket, she gets paid off of those ticket sales. Not a dime of DJ Kitty's money will ever go to support that demon. So, Chili, you tried it, girl. Good luck to you. Good luck to that lady.
TLC, and I don't want to say the whole TLC, but the C,
Chili.
the C.
Chili. I'm a chill, Chili. I'm a chill.
I'm cool. I'm cool, chilling.
I'm cool on all of that, young lady.
You know, I just don't get it. And my husband did tell me something similar. And he said, he was like, but he made a good point. How could you accidentally repost? Because you got to hit send.
Yep.
You got to look at least at what you said and say send.
Yeah. Lady, nobody believes.
Wow. Disappointing. I'm a big TLC.
I'm a fan. I was a fan. And then Salt came to, you know.
I gotta be like, yeah.
Salt came from Salt and Pepper, put out a message and saying, you know, Chili, hold your head up high and people are gonna believe what they want to believe. Baby, we believe. No one is blind to this. You know, Nelly, Snoop Dogg. Look, Nicki Minaj. I feel like this: you get a little bit of funds in your bank account off from the Black culture.
So she is verified. She donated to him.
Yes. Because if it was a mistake, why you donate?
You recall that she was on The Apprentice.
Yeah. If you don't,
before he was president, but
if you don't support him, why are you donating to him? Nobody can answer that. If you don't support him, why are you donating to him? Nick Cannon.
I'm like that meme. I'm like, why you do it?
Why you do that? Nick Cannon, Amber Rose, you know, they had a little conversation and, you know, yes.
Now, I heard Nick Cannon was on some.
Yeah, he was on.
Would he worry about that child support? What is?
I don't know, but he got 2011 kids.
Yeah.
Do you know all your children's names? While you sit up here kikiing with white supremacists, do you know all your children's names? So you know their birthdays?
We gotta keep us a notebook, y'all. We canceling folks this year. Everybody, you getting canceled. You mess with them, you're getting canceled.
You know, you have a right to support whoever you want to support. And we have a right to pull our dollars back and say, good luck to you, baby.
Because, you know, in most normal situations, Kitty, we would be like, hey, it's freedom. It's a free to vote for who, and it still is free to vote whoever you want to. But in this particular case of the things that are transpiring in today's society and the world of today, and you support that, yeah, I mean, I can't trust you. I don't know you. I used to didn't know you. That's how I go.
And now I don't at all.
I used to didn't know you. Nick who?
Nick? Chili who?
Who? Huh? Who?
I mean, I don't know, but I am actually appreciative that these people are coming out and showing who they truly are before I spend any more money on them. Because I refuse, once again, to give a dime of my money to the devil. No, yeah. No, thank you. No.
He's already stealing enough from us, so you know.
Hello, we're already insolvent.
Yeah.
You know, when the federal, let me go over the numbers right quick before we go to break. We are 47 trillion with a T dollars in debt.
In the hole.
In the hole, okay? We owe $47 trillion in debt.
And our credit rating like in the 500s?
Yeah, 500s. And then, so we owe 47 trillion and we only have 6 trillion in assets. So we are in the hole for $41 trillion since the man with the black hands and swollen ankles and diaper and the leprosy on his neck came into office. Something in the milk ain't clean. Where's the money? Where's the money from Doge? Where's the money from the tariffs? Where's the money from the IRS? Where is the money, LaShandra? While LaShandra tries to look and think about the money, we're going to go and take a quick commercial break. You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
This is Transformation Training Academy. If you're someone that people walk up to and just talk to and tell all their business to and they don't know you, this is your sign. If you're ready to level up, Transformation Training Academy is ready for you. Coach Nikki and Counselor Nikki push you past your limits into your purpose. We help you break patterns, build confidence, and create real change. Your breakthrough isn't someday, it's today. Contact us at info@thetransformationtrainingacademy.com.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe what you wear should remind you of who you are. This is where love meets style. From our signature beautiful hoodies created to remind you to show up as your full authentic self, to our bold her shirts designed for women who know their worth and wear it proudly. Lovership Apparel is more than clothing, it's a movement. Our comfortable confidence-boosting leggings move with you, while our statement backpacks carry your essentials and your purpose wherever life takes you. Every piece is intentionally designed to inspire self-love, confidence, and authenticity, because you deserve to wear something that speaks life into you. Whether you're stepping out, showing up, or standing firm in who you are, Lovership Apparel is made for you. Visit lovershipapparel.com and wear the reminder, be you to the fullest.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingandTrainingServices.com.
What's up, everybody? Scott Cologne, District Attorney and candidate for the United States Senate for the great state of Mississippi. I had a great time talking about my campaign with the crew at the Community Connection morning radio show. I'm running because Mississippi matters. Our families are paying more for less, and our rural hospitals are under serious threat. I spent my career fighting for my community, and I'll bring that same fight to Washington. Folks in the Holly Springs area and the worldwide should check out our convo and visit cologneforsenate.com because Mississippi matters.
You're locked in to WKRA 92.7, the voice of the community. And listen, 2026 is all about showing up and shining. That is why we rock with Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion meets confidence, purpose, and style. From everyday chic to head-turning statement pieces to some fly arm candy, Morningstar has it all. And while you're shopping, tap into the community. Discover Black-owned and minority-owned businesses at ourplugsllc.com. Also, check out morningstarboutiquebytam.com, where your light owns your style.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. So, Ms. Morningstar, I know that we have Coach's Corner today, and the topic is Stop Explaining Yourself to People Who Are Committed to Misunderstanding You. But before we get into that, did you want to go ahead and report on what you've read over the weekend?
Yeah, we just got a couple more things, guys. So what I don't know if everybody knows, but the Congress is back to square one again with the DHS shutdown after the GOP rejected the Senate deal. And when the Senate passed the deal, it was at 100. Okay, not one person. Everybody in the Senate agreed to this deal, so they can get this government open and get these TSA agents and some of these other agencies paid. Well, Mike Johnson, aka what's the
Keebler?
Keebler, and what he like? I like to call. What's the name of that website he like?
Grindr.
Mr. Grinder himself, he's the king of Grinder. He rejected and passed a proposal that Democrats have repeatedly rejected already. So he already knew the Democrats were not in agreement with actually funding ICE. Okay, because there are some things that need to be met, some regulations need to be installed, and some things need to change because of what ICE has been doing out here unlawfully terrorizing United States citizens. Okay, so he already knew that they weren't going to be in agreement with this, but to go back to square one is just selfish, okay, and just ignorant and inconsiderate, considering that we have people who have not been paid over a month. Now, your boy with the dead hand, he goes in and signs an executive order so that the TSA agents can get paid through the BBB, the big beautiful bill. So it's just a recycle of funds. It's funds that's already been allocated to DHS, and they're going to take funds out of that to pay for the TSA agents. But here's the deal: you could have been did it. Why you decided to do it now? Why did you let them people go a whole month and a half without pay?
Doesn't care.
You want because you want the Save America Act, which is the Steal Everybody's Vote Act, so that you can meet your agenda and steal the election, as you've been doing every time you run. You complain when you don't win lawfully, and then you go and you hire people to help you win unlawfully.
Say it, sis.
Make it make sense.
It doesn't. We can't make it make sense because we don't have criminal minds. You have to have a criminal mind, a criminal mindset to make any of this make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to. It's ridiculous at this point.
And then we still got him over here talking to himself, claiming he'd been negotiating with Iran. Now, it was 48 hours, then 48 hours turned to 5 more days. Now he just announced talks with Iran. Who he talking to? Absolutely nobody, because the 5-day pause on strikes. against Iran's energy infrastructure. Iran's foreign minister has reportedly denied that talks are underway.
Because they're
Who
not.
are you talking to, weirdo?
Himself. He's talking to them little people running around in his mind. You know, Lena Green calling us Oprah is absolutely
It's a flex.
It's a flex. Thank you.
We love it.
I look like Oprah.
She's gorgeous. Right. Yes.
I'll take that. I wish I
had her money.
Okay. Anyway, back to our story. Keep it cute or get blocked, sweetheart. Either way, it's fine with me. So he's continuously talking to himself. He's continuously lying to the American people. And when, oh, when will we ever figure out how to pull him up out of there? That's all I want to know.
Right.
Pull him up out of there. Iran. Now, I done told y'all. I done gave y'all the address. What y'all waiting on?
They know where it's at. They know where it's at. I think timing is everything. And time is running out. There is going to be a shift in the atmosphere. I with my sis, powerful Black woman, I feel it coming. I just don't know.
Feel it.
But it's a shift in the atmosphere because enough is enough.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Ain't that a song?
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. I cannot wait. I
feel gas prices go down because this is ridiculous.
Okay, gas and food prices. How do I walk out of the grocery store with 4 bags and pay $212 for 4 bags of food?
And they don't even last a whole week.
No meat. No meat. No meat. This is ridiculous. And yeah, I'm over it. I'm over it. And I won't even, I thank God I have a hybrid because gas prices are ridiculous. But yet here we are. And didn't he say something about, oh, inflation is, no, affordability or inflation is no longer an issue? This man has these conversations in his head that nobody else can even make sense of. And we are still dealing with them. And the mere fact that we haven't invoked the 25th Amendment because it's obvious he has dementia is disturbing at best.
It's the facts that y'all absolutely, and this is for MAGA. Y'all, most of y'all know that this is fabricated. But you are by any means necessary, no matter if it's destroying you and your home and yourself, you don't care. You'd rather let it all burn. And when it does hit you, then you'll be complaining and crying, but it'll be too late.
T. Wiz said that I think Stephen Miller is calling him pretending to be Iran talking to him.
Probably. Somebody
I would not put it past him.
So who told us that when his father, Fred Trump, was going through his dementia, they set up a fake office, a mock office, and gave him like a mock phone and computer, made him feel like he was still in control while everybody was doing the work around him.
They need to do the same thing.
Put Grandpa in the mock room, give him some coloring books with pictures of boom booms. That will keep him occupied because at this point, it is just too much.
Just show him some World War II film on repeat, and he will think that he's watching the war. Just show. And then, get all of his administration out, and then let's run this country. Yeah. But anywho, you ready to bring up Coach?
Of course. Let's bring up the coach.
The coach.
The coach.
There she goes.
Welcome back, Coach.
Good morning. Oh, it's so good to be back. How y'all doing? Yes. Hello, TikTok. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Instagram.
Hello.
I'm happy to be back.
Are you feeling better?
I am, but you know how the flu works. It's like still draining. You need the whole first 7 days to fight that, and then after that, you let it all come out. So I'm still having like semi-rough mornings and evenings, but I'm way better. I cannot complain.
Yes, thank goodness. We always want you to be at 100%, and we are all subject to catch anything now that folks don't want to vaccinate or cover their mouth, and they don't wash their hands, and they put their underwear in Keurig, in coffee pots, and all kinds of crazy stuff is going on. So I'm glad to have you back.
I'm glad to be back. Thank you.
Yes, yes. And today's topic is stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. I can understand that so clearly. So
yeah, I definitely want to get into it. Just because we've all found ourselves, we've all over-explained to somebody in our lives to some certain extent. If either it's at work, at home, a friend, and I think it's situational, whether it depends on the person, the value of the person that you've placed in your life. Like, people that we care about, we will explain things to. But when you find yourself over-explaining, oftentimes we don't ask ourselves why. We don't ask ourselves why we're spending so much time trying to make a point to somebody. But we've all been in a position to where we've over-explained. I think we've had many examples in here. Like I love to use Morningstar's example when she was telling us about the time that she had to tell her daughter no. Sometimes no is a complete sentence. However, sometimes we feel like we have to, like my kids, I will explain things to them sometimes because I feel like you need to know the reason behind why I'm saying what it is. But we do this in friendships. We do this in familiar relationships. We do this everywhere. We just don't realize that we're doing it. And some of that is due to trauma responses, because it is a form of a trauma response, if y'all didn't know. Over-explaining, because when you're a kid and you get in trouble about something and you get spanked for it, you want to explain why, you did it. And I always have a method to my madness. So I like to explain so that I'm more understood. But then there comes a point in your life where you just can't care who understands you or not, because some people are committed to misunderstanding you. Some people don't really care why you did something. They just don't care at all. So, I want to dig into that. Ask you ladies, have you ever experienced that? If so, what's your examples?
I have, I think we all have. We've all over-explained ourselves, especially when I was younger and looking for acceptance, being around a group of people and wanting to be accepted and a part of the team, a part of the group. Yes. But as I gotten older, like you, I will explain it to my children because children must learn. And the only way that they're going to learn, you can't just say no because I said so. It doesn't teach them anything. So I've taken the time to explain it to them and how they can utilize it in their everyday lives. Now, am I perfect? Absolutely not. I've made plenty of mistakes, and my kids have, we talked about it as they're adults, and I try to correct what I recognize as a mistake, what they've explained to me affected them negatively. And I've changed my way of thinking and my patterns when it comes to my grandchildren. And they say that I've just turned into a completely different person. That's neither here nor there. You can't compete where you don't compare. Leave my grandbabies alone. But as an adult now, in my 55 plus years, I don't care.
I love that. And I'm going to get to that point, but I'm laughing at T-Wiz. T-Wiz over here on TikTok, y'all, said I never gave a D enough to over-explain. Have you always been like that, or is it just, recent years?
I can see T-Wiz always being like
that. Like forever, I feel like you do get to a certain point in your life where you're just like, I'm done with that. Like we all shed different versions of ourselves. It's called evolution. And the things that you once used to do, you no longer do, just because you just don't really care after a point in time. You don't care about being accepted. But to Kitty's point, we are taught to be nice, fit in. We talked about this before on another segment, how it comes from a place of wanting to be accepted, wanting to be understood, wanting to avoid conflict or fearing rejection, so that we go into this spiel of over-explaining. And a lot of times in these situations, you walk away and the person still don't care about what you said. So then you have to ask yourself, okay, what is the value that I place on this person's life if they don't even care about why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I said what I said, But T-Wiz, I love that mindset. Shoot, everybody should adapt to that. But ways that you can decipher whether you're over-explaining or not is to use your discernment. And I've realized that not everybody has that gift. Discernment is a gift. I got to say that it's a gift. Not everybody has the bandwidth or wherewithal to know that they're over-explaining to someone who really does not care. And we end up in these situations. And it's unfortunate, but at the same time, I will always say, use your discernment. However, I realize people are like, well, what is that? How do I know? How can I tell? I had a conversation with somebody earlier and they were like, well, what if that's just the way someone processes something? I totally can understand that as well, but you have to evaluate the situation. Morningstar, do you have any examples?
I think it's just a lot of the times when we have over explained something, a lot of the times for me personally, if I have chosen to over explain, it's because I'm thinking I'm being thorough in letting you know where I stand and why I feel this way and why I stand this way. But like you said, sometimes they don't even care.
They don't.
They don't care.
They don't.
Or they start to, and I think I learned that in leadership. Like, even when it comes to your success of your staff, sometimes you want to, and we are supposed to give, console. We are supposed to console our staff and give them advice and nuggets to be successful. But then you have some people that, if you don't care about your own success, why in the heck am I sitting up here spending 30 to 45 minutes trying to pour into you about your own success? So there is a point in life where you just be like, this is what I observed and this is the score. And you have any questions, put it in writing. Have a good day.
I love that example as far as leadership. But then, many of us are taught early on that in order to be heard, we had to prove a point. Like you had to explain your feelings in detail just to justify your decision for why you did something, even defending our own boundaries. And you guys, we started this year saying that we weren't setting boundaries, we're setting standards for ourselves. And this should be, thank you, Jamel, this should be involved in that. Stop over explaining yourself. Your standard is what your standard is. You don't, and boundaries, you guys, those are your life rules. Nobody should be crossing your boundaries. So you stand firm on those things. But you don't need a 10-page explanation to validate your truth. What you believe in is what you believe in. I said what I said. What Nini said, I said what I said. And you have to be okay with that. A lot of people are not okay with that. I once was not okay with that. I was not okay saying what I said and then walking away because now I'm wondering about what they think. Now I'm wondering about, did they truly understand me or do they just think I'm a B? ITCH, you know what I mean? And so, and it also depended on, like I said, the value that I placed on that person. Do I care enough about this person to feel like I need to over explain or justify my reaction or my response or my decision to why I did something?
I agree with that. And sometimes it blurs the lines between, are we truly, well, let's go back to where you said sometimes they just want to be, in my mind, confrontational. Mm-hmm. No matter what I say, you want to take that opposite and so that you can, try and, I don't know if it's dominate the conversation or show, that I think a different way. So let me explain it to you. That's very irritating to me. And people like that, I just don't talk to. I really don't.
I agree.
I said that earlier.
I agree. I know earlier,
I was not even going to engage in a conversation with you.
But earlier today, I was talking to my husband and I said something and he was like, okay, devil's advocate. And I don't like playing devil's advocate because I know it's a good and a bad to that. Some people do it as a sport. Because anything you say, well, what if they have some kind of rebuttal, which is a debate kind of bro. And, that's big on TikTok. But just in general, like, I don't want to be combative. It's okay. We could voice our opinions. And if we have difference in opinions or different in thinking, we just move on and let it go. But some people want to continue. And that is the irritating part.
That's the irritating part.
Yeah, and Morningstar, not everybody has the maturity level in order to do that. You know how to have a conversation with somebody and understand that we have different beliefs, we have different values, and we can have an exchange of words and still walk away without the frustration, without hating each other. But there's a lot of people that just cannot do that. We hear it on these panels that we're on. The one you were on the other day, people just cannot voice their opinion without feeling wrong. And it's almost like if you come in, and what Kitty was saying, these are people that want to challenge you at every turn. And it is irritating. And I just said to a friend, I was like, those people, I don't walk in those rooms anymore. I don't talk to you. I know what you're about. I know that the last 10 conversations we had, even if I'm bringing fact to you, you want to challenge that. I don't have those conversations anymore. I care about my blood pressure. I'm just not going to do it.
It's to the point where when I see that that's where you're at, it lets me know that you're not at a level to truly understand that having a conversation doesn't always have to be confrontational. Of course, if I ever hear, we're not a monolith. I never said that we were. I never said that we all had to agree. But do we always have to disagree so that you can get your point across and show? I don't know if it's a level of I must show that I'm more intelligent
that I'm different
than you are, or I'm different, or that you need to think to the point where it's like, you know what, don't talk to me. Just don't talk to me. Yeah. And that's easy for me because I can walk away like most people can. And I used to didn't know you in my Miss Morningstar voice and keep it cute and cordial. I'll speak to you when I see you, but I don't have to have a conversation with you because having a conversation with you is getting me nowhere because you choose to have conflict versus conversations. And that's an issue. If we're having a conversation, let's have a conversation, not a conflict. Who wants to, every time I talk to you, Miss Morningstar, every time I call you, we're having a conflict. We will never talk.
Ever. I think it's very important.
That will cancel you quickly.
Out of there. Ooh, she gone. Listen, I think it's very important to have conversations with people who are on your intellectual level.
Pretty much. And maturity level as well. Because not only you can be as smart as you want to be, you can be a genius.
I've definitely met some smart dummies.
I
met some smart dummies.
If you're not mature enough to have, enough common sense to realize that what you're doing, people can actually see that and they choose to stay away from you. And then you're like, oh, well, I don't really have friends. No, you can't be a friend because you'd rather be in conflict.
And some people try to use, big words to try to talk over your head. And those really irritate me because those are the people, like you said, they're so smart, they stupid. They got to use the words that are just so out of sight, out of mind, like not everyday words. Like we can talk in a very professional manner with everyday words. We don't have to use words that try to go over someone's head to be condescending or demeaning to that person because you want to prove a point. Those are people that are not committed to understanding you. They want to try to embarrass you or belittle.
They want control. They want control, and that stems from an insecurity. I wish more people knew that comes from an insecurity. You feel so inferior to me that you feel like you got to throw in all these big words to make yourself feel big in this space, versus just being able to shoot it with me and
being a person.
Just be a person.
And while we're having this conversation, a couple people come to mind, and that's crazy. That is crazy. But those are the people that,
Oh my.
Yes.
Yeah. It is what it is. Some people come to mind, and you say to yourself, well, my goodness, what are we doing here? If I wanted this, I'd get on a debate team. We're not in high school. I don't do debates. I no longer talk to you. Let's take a quick commercial break really quick, you guys. You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We will be right back after this quick commercial break.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Carter's Caring Hands is here to serve the communities here in Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, Battle Creek, as well as Southfield, Michigan. We also go out into the unhoused community, serve the community with care bags. Low-income families, our senior citizens, and our veterans with fresh food baskets each and every day, because no one should choose medication over food. We are here to serve you. Your community is our community, and our community is one community. From our hands to your hand.
Hello, everybody. My name is Monica Meeks. I'm a wife, a mom, and a soldier for life. And I'm running for the 19th Judicial District Circuit Court Clerk for Montgomery and Robertson County in Tennessee. I am so grateful for Our Plug LLC for giving me an opportunity to share my platform and explain why I'm running for office. Early voting is July 17th through August 1st, with the final day of voting on August 6, 2026. I'm an independent candidate, and I appreciate your support.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mara Keller, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel and candidate for Congress in Georgia's 3rd District. Now, I'm running because too many decisions in Washington are being made without listening to the people that they affect, whether it's public safety, veterans care, education, or protecting our constitutional rights. These aren't partisan issues. If you believe our government should work for everyday Americans and not special interests, I invite you to stand with us. Your donations help keep this grassroots campaign people-powered. Every donation fuels our voter outreach, ads, and our shared fight for a better Georgia. Visit marakeller.com to donate today. Let's finally serve the people who send us to Washington. And a huge thanks to DJ Kitty Cat 50 for the energy and the spotlight. Let's keep pushing.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. Today we have Coach's Corner. We are talking about the topic of the day is stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Go ahead, Coach Nikki.
Yeah, I want to piggyback off of where we just left off at. And, people trying to kind of overpower a conversation. Understand that not everybody is willing to understand you. They don't want to understand you. Some people just don't like you and don't want to hear what you got to say anyway. They're committed to their beliefs, and that's just, it is what it is. Also, remember, some of these people that want to keep engaging in conversations with you, it's because them making you feel small makes them feel big. So it becomes a sport. I see it so much every day. Even if I'm in a room where we're talking about politics, or we're talking about, or I'm watching from the hallway, and these conversations that, Morningstar engages with. Shout out to Sparkle Kicks, her lives as well, which she has like over hundreds of people in there. Some people aren't willing to, and this is why, because when you challenge somebody's beliefs, you challenge their entire existence. And so then people are challenged with, now I have to face the fact that how I've been living and how I've been this entire way might not have been the best way, but I'm not willing to change it. So people are committed to kind of blocking you off and blocking whatever it is that you say, even if there's truth and fact to it, just because it makes them feel bigger to make you feel small.
Yes, absolutely. And those are the people that really need to take account as to why. Mm-hmm. Why is this the stance that you take? Mm-hmm. What's going on with you internally that you feel the need to be like that? Yeah. Why not just be normal? Just be normal. Mm-hmm. It doesn't take all that. It doesn't take you trying to belittle or push your authority around or whatever it is that you feel like you need to do in order for you to feel better. That's a bully tactic to me. And it's just like the man with the leprosy on his neck. You want to bully another country into doing what you want them to do. It's not your place. These people can live how they want to live. You're right, too. It is low.
It's low self-esteem and insecurity, because some people actually benefit from misunderstanding you, because if they understand you, then they lose the ability to manipulate you.
Yes. And that is a true statement. As long as I can continue to poke the bear, and continue to poke. Mm-hmm. Yes, I can feel better about myself and have you thinking to yourself that you're the one that's crazy. Mm-hmm. Baby, if you don't get away from them people quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah. And it's never because they don't get what you're saying. It's because they don't want to accept what you're saying.
Yeah. Because it's coming from you.
Because it's coming from you.
It's not that it's not right. It's not that what you're saying isn't valid. It's just the messenger. They don't want it coming from you. They want it coming from someone else. And because it's coming from you and they have whatever sense of insecurities towards you, they're going to push back at any and everything that they possibly can. That's very irritating to me. Because
it is very, and I've been in that situation. I think we all have several times.
People.
You said something. Where you said something to somebody, they turn around and have the same conversation with somebody else, but then they adhere to their advice. And I'm like, I told her the same thing. Like, she listened to you. I'm like, okay, now I see. But those
wanted to come from you.
They didn't want it to come from you. Those are signals. Those are people. Those are prime examples of people who are committed to misunderstand. They will never bow down to understand what you're saying.
Have you ever thought about why people do that? I mean, Nikki, has that ever came across? And as you were being a coach, has anybody ever asked you why do you think people do that? Because people do that a lot. You'll give them some great advice.
Yeah.
And you'll give them the information, and then maybe I just say a week later, y'all in the room with different people, and another person give them the same advice you gave them, and they take to it oh, that's a good idea. I mean, what
absolutely.
Do you think?
I've been told I just didn't want you to be right. I just didn't want you to be right. I'm like, dang.
It's simple as that. I just didn't want you
to be right. People will prejudge you. I just didn't want you to be right.
It's not even the message. It's the messenger. It's because it came from you.
For the person.
For whatever reason, they have whatever form of resentment towards you. They don't want to hear what you have to say. They rather rebut everything that you say instead of actually taking the time to listen and learn. And those people, you cannot. Why?
That's it right there. Yeah.
I am quick to say, do not talk to me.
Yeah.
Don't ask me no more.
Don't ask me anymore. It happens to me often. I just told my friend the same thing. Counselor Nikki said, because they think you know everything. Let me tell you something. I'll tell you, I don't know everything, but I know a lot. And a lot of people get irritated by the simple fact that I might have an answer for everything. I'm sorry. I don't know what you do with your 24 hours in a day. But at the same time, baby, just because I pick up a book and I educate myself and I learn some things, don't be mad at me because I have an answer for something. But I never talk about things that I don't know about. If I don't know about it, I can't help you there. But if you're coming to me for advice and I'm giving you an answer, but this is a human thing where people don't like quick answers to things. People do not like quick responses. They want you to give them a whole bookload of, oh, well, this is how you fix this. Well, I'm just saying, no, just stop doing it. It's your discipline. It's this, it's that. And they're like, that can't be it. Because we have this mindset in life that we can't be successful or we can't get things done unless we struggle to get it. And so if that's your mindset behind it, that's on you. But people literally will judge you, think, oh, no, she thinks she knows everything. I'm not asking her anything about anything. Whole time, I might be the one person that has the answer to your problem. I might be the one person that has your solution to your issue. However, because of how you feel personally and emotionally about me, you don't want to hear it.
Right.
But then you're going to go and ask somebody else. They're going to tell you, you should have talked to Coach Nikki. I know she had the answer. You ain't talked to her. And that has happened so many times. That pride, that ego is so big. Some people's pride and ego is bigger than them.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
And they'll remain stuck and wonder, why is it that I can't get past point A to B?
You use the
let them stay stuck. I am
committed to being stuck.
That if you want to be there, I am going to leave you right there because I have things to do tomorrow, and arguing with you is not one of them.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Let them stay there.
Let them stay right in it.
Absolutely. And I had to learn myself to get out of that fixer mindset. Like, no, I got the solution for you. Let me help you. But, and constantly getting pushed back or being rejected. Okay, you'll learn on your own. Life is our best teacher.
It is.
You figure it out. And again, as you mature, as you get older, as you get wiser, because I can't say as you get older because not everybody learns the same things, but as you mature and as you grow, and as you are deeper into your emotional intelligence, you just stop putting up a fight with certain people. You just let them go. They'll come back later and say, you know what, you was right. And I try not to do, I do my best. I very seldomly, if not ever, say, I told you so. I don't need to, because I walked away knowing that you was going to learn anyway.
Yeah.
You're going to come back later and tell me that I was right. But here's the thing. I don't have a dog in your fight. I have no skin in your game. I don't care about being right. I'm just trying to help you. But if people place a certain identity on you and decide that to put you in this certain box, they don't care about what you have to say. They don't care at all.
What they call it, hard head, soft behind. I mean,
yeah. You got to learn one way or the other. And sometimes it's a hard lesson to learn, but I hope you learn from it. You know, not everyone, the one thing that I have learned over my 50 plus years of living is not everyone can get on the bus. Not everyone can drive along, ride in the passenger seat or be in the driver's seat. Not everyone can ride this ride. Not everyone. And trying to pull everyone along with you is going to leave you frustrated, not them.
That is a fact. That is an absolute fact. You can't save everybody.
You cannot.
And it's okay.
And it's okay. You have to be okay with living with knowing that, okay, look, I tried, but I want to stay tunnel vision on what I have going on. I cannot pick up your issues as to why you are committed to misunderstanding. And maybe your level of understanding is just there and you can't understand. And that is okay. I can care and love you from a distance because being too close to me. Yes, being too close to me being who I am, you will irritate my soul. And then I curse a lot and I don't even mean to.
And that's why and that brings us to like a whole nother topic, but peace of mind. Like I have to have my peace of mind. I cannot keep going back and forth, explaining something to somebody who's not trying to understand what you're saying or understand what you're saying, but want to be combative. Like, I'm not going to be combative with you. You're going to do it by yourself.
Yeah. And if you're genuinely trying to help somebody, please know, and you did it with all your heart and all your love and all your authenticity, please know that you can walk away fine with that, with your peace of mind. They will come back and let you know. Maybe not, but you will see. You will always see, okay, you know what? I gave them sound advice. They didn't adhere to my advice. And now this is the result of that. That's okay.
Right? And since, baby girl, I don't think it's just advice. I think it's just, I see you for who you are, whether I give you advice or not. If I'm living, say I'm on a talk show or I have a talk show and I'm working and I'm working towards a specific goal and you want to be a part of that, you have to adapt. Everyone has to adapt. No one has. In this thing called life, no one has all the answers. That's right. No one. So it takes everybody's input to make things rock and roll. Yeah. But if everyone's rocking and rolling, but you want to rock and roll the opposite direction, you will get left.
Yeah. Going against the grain. You sure will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to agree with everything, and that's okay.
And that's okay.
That's okay. As long as it's not taking you out of some type of morale or your moral character of what you believe in. Like if you absolutely are in a situation with someone or a group of people, and it's totally against your moral thoughts and your morale, you should get out of that situation. You should deal with those kind of people who would do such a thing. But if it's something just a difference in opinion of how we flow or how we might want to move in this direction, and you just can't get over that it ain't your way or the highway, then you are the problem.
Absolutely.
And sometimes
everything ain't gonna be your way.
Absolutely.
No, and it's not gonna be your way, and that's okay. And I'm not always gonna have everything my way. Absolutely not. And you know what? Honestly, I don't want everything to go my way. I actually need the pushback so I know I welcome other people's opinions. I welcome other
It
people's
helps you. It helps you
It
grow.
does. It helps you to grow, whether it's at your home life, your professional life, your side hustle, no matter what, even your children.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to others' opinions can help you to grow. But if you're combative in every single time that we are in that mode of trying to grow and strengthen each other, and you're going the other direction, baby, sometimes it's good to say, baby,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And stop trying to change people.
No.
It's just stop trying. You're not even trying to be understood. You just want to change the way somebody thinks. You just want to have control over something because you don't like it. Why even be part of it?
Yeah.
Why
But
even?
why? Not, that all falls under, Nikki, what your topic is. Over explaining yourself, trying to fit in, trying to convince people of your ideologies or your thoughts or your beliefs or why you feel this way, trying to make them understand when they not interested in understanding. Because most people who are interested in learning or listening or even considering what you're saying would consider it and would, maybe go do the work or do the research to understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Not everyone has a growth mindset.
Yeah.
We used the word earlier, stuck. You can be committed to being not everybody has a growth mindset.
I was watching something over the weekend, and it was something about, we've all been conditioned, unfortunately. We've all been conditioned to believe a certain kind of way, whether it's when we were in school, we were taught American history, and we were all told the same fables, aka lies. Okay. And this lady was talking, and she said, one day you will wake up and only a certain few will actually be able to wake up. And we are witnessing that every single day as we go through this thing called life with this administration. Think about this administration. For years, we had presidents come in and, back they didn't want Black people to vote. They didn't want women to vote. So they evolved, and they finally evolved, and they gave Black people the right to vote. They gave women the right to vote. We were evolving, and we were moving forward. And we continue to move forward. Now we of course we have bumps along the way. They're called WARs, and we've had bumps along the way, and we got civil rights, and we were evolving and continuing to grow because people were opening up their minds to understand that we're all human beings. Okay. And then we get somebody who put a cog, he put a brick in the system. We were going forward. He put a brick in the system, and he stopped people from moving forward, and these people, instead of moving forward, they decided to go in reverse. Let's take back affirmative action. Let's take back women's rights or reproductive rights. Let's take it back. Let's take back birthright citizenship, which the Supreme Court is dealing with that right now. Let's take it back. And so these people who were moving forward, they can either wake up and say, I'm going to continue to move forward, even though we have an administration that wants to take us back, or they can just continue to stay stuck and just follow the grain and take it back. That's the way I see life right now.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of researching and finding out for yourselves. Don't listen to mainstream media. Don't listen to me. Get out there and do your own research. Research it for yourself and see where it is that you lie and where it is that you want to go.
I like that. I like that a lot. You're making me think about where we are as a nation and where people are in general. Like, it's based off of ego and hatred. And I don't think that a lot of these people at one point sit down and say, why do I feel the way I feel? Why do I feel the way I feel? I guarantee you it's rooted in fear. I guarantee you it's rooted in fear, because I don't want them to be better than
me. Yeah. I don't want them to have more than
I'm going to take away and remove.
Yeah. I don't want them to have what I have or more than what I have.
Mm-hmm.
And the mere fact that they have it, how did they get it? Did they steal it? Were they doing illegal activities? Even though the man with leprosy on his neck has done every illegal activity that known to man, including eating. Let me stop. Y'all know what I'm saying. But instead of them saying, okay, let me figure this one out.
Yeah.
They choose. And the one thing that God gave every single person, no matter race, no matter gender, no matter religious beliefs, he gave us all free will. What you do with it, I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah.
Choose wisely. You know. Go ahead, Miss Coach Nikki.
Ooh, I can't wait for us to get off air so we can really
Girl, we're gonna get into it.
But I'm gonna close out and say that your growth is going to disappoint some people. And it's okay, and when these people that you might be some people in your life right now that are used to you over explaining, that are used to you kind of breaking down your boundaries just so that they can step all over. We got habitual line steppers, but your growth is going to disappoint some people around you. Your boundaries are going to confuse people. Your evolution is going to challenge people. And instead of shrinking in those situations, and instead of explaining and overextending yourself, you got to stand firm. Okay. I'm challenging everybody to stand firm. I said what Nene Lee said. I said what I said. Say what you say and be okay with it. Even if you feel like you have a big heart. No, I care about them so much and I value this relationship so much. I feel like I have to over-explain. Those are parts of your standards and your boundaries. Stop.
And those people are going to be uncomfortable. About why? Because now you have made the choice to stand firm in your beliefs and what you say, and now you're not the pushover. You're not the person that they can go to get the rah-rah out of, or to get the over-explaining, or to get the energy that they're looking for. Because believe it or not, some people just want to look for that type of energy.
They do. It's an adrenaline rush. A lot of people get dopamine off of being nasty and being involved in drama. I was watching, I don't know if y'all ever look at this crazy show on YT called, I like to analyze shows. I'm not often watching it for entertainment. I'm looking at the dynamic, seeing how the situation could have been resolved a different way. And there's this show on YT called 20 versus 1. And one of the guys that was on there, so it's usually like one guy or one girl versus 20 men or 20 women. And it's like a dating show. And he asked, because this is what he wanted, he asked every girl, he's like, you like drama? The ones that said no, he was like, left means you're getting out of here, right means they keep you. And the girls that said no, they were like, left, like, I need somebody to get active. Like, that turns a lot of people on. People get it right.
You're right.
A lot of people that like that.
Yes, that's why reality TV was such a huge hit.
Right.
Because to see people go at it is more exciting. It gets their adrenaline running. It gives them a high, because they see people going at it. And in reverse, the people that don't like drama, it gives them anxiety. That's why I don't watch reality TV.
We talk about it all the time, though. We always talk about it on this particular show, just on our plugs, throughout our different topics that we have during the week about, continuum support within our industry of what we do. If you're not on here using foul language, arguing with people, cursing people out, yelling, you're not getting the positive attention. People will come in your room, they'll look, they have a normal conversation, because we're having a real conversation that involves dialogue. A lot of people don't want to do that. They want to hear the entertainment, they want to hear the fight, they want to hear the debate, the combativeness, and it's just
It's disgusting. I always will reference this book because it's one of my favorite books. It's called The Power of Now. And he talks, he's in science and psychology. He talks about the human addiction to pain and drama specifically, how we love that. I've often used examples on here about get onto any celebrity's page right now and write something positive. Your whole comment going to get blown over, but say
Yeah.
something nasty and watch their fan base come and attack you, because we are addicted to pain. We are addicted to drama. But a lot of people don't realize you can get those same endorphins, you can get those same dopamine and oxytocins from positivity. But it's just that we feed this beast, this demon inside of us that makes us feel like, oh, this is good. I want to watch. Like, who wants to turn on the TV and watch two women bust each other upside the head? But people like that.
I have never understood it, Coach Nikki.
People like that. It gives them something to talk about because you probably have nothing going on in your life. It gives you something to talk about. And talk about the positive things that are happening in the world. You know, find something. There's always something to be grateful for. However, we pay so much attention to negativity. And Morningstar is right. I've seen some of the best lives be because there's been somebody going back and forth.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to act like I haven't stopped because I heard somebody. I'm like,
but I was just going to say that too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but I'm not subscribing to it. It's not something I want to sign up to, but it is going to catch my ear. And that makes me check in with myself like, hold on, why is this?
And I won't sit here and lie and say I don't entertain some entertainment through the drama, and I sit back and chew some popcorn and laugh a little bit, because I mean, entertainment is entertainment, and I get it. But when you think that's all you're fishing for, that's all you're looking for,
you have
to realize that becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Where I can't sit and have a calm dialogue, conversation.
Why does my body
be very serious too,
Yeah.
but doesn't result in us cursing each other out or going back and forth? Just results in us having an adult conversation where I can give you information, you can give me nuggets, and we can both agree to disagree and move on to another topic.
Yeah.
You know, that makes me think that if that is where you're at, continuing to want that drama, then it feeds into your regular life. You know, when I hear reality TV, I stop watching it because that's not my reality. I don't want the drama. I don't want my life surrounded by catty women who I can't trust. You know, who are going to stab me in the back and talk about. I don't want to deal with that. I can't deal with it, and I don't. Baby, the minute I even feel something, and we are women, we get that energy. The minute I get that energy, I'm going to address it, and from there, I'll know how to move accordingly, because I don't have the time. I don't have the wherewithal to deal with it ever. And I've been like that since I was a small child. The minute I see drama, no, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you, because you're triggering me.
Yeah.
And I don't that side of me I don't want. You know, we've all got that side of us that we, you know, when we've been in bad situations and we've had to, it's fight or flight. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
I like a soft life.
Right.
And I enjoy my soft life.
Yeah.
And I'll be doggone if I let what you put into my psyche. I turn off the TV and then I want drama. I have a whole family. I'm not bringing that drama to my family.
Yeah.
We need peace.
Yeah.
We need peace and solidarity. I don't need drama.
Yeah. And what we consume is very important.
It is.
We have to protect our nervous systems. You got to know that it actually feeds into addiction. Once you see that there, you're looking for more of that and more of that and more of that. And then it does start to spill over in your real life. And like Morningstar was saying, have a conversation with somebody saying, hey, you know, like, we don't have to do this. Like, we don't have to engage in this. I guarantee you they're going to justify why they do it. Why is somebody hurting somebody else entertainment for you?
Why?
Sit with that. Why is that? Why is that entertainment? It's not a boxing match. Why is it entertainment for you? Music is entertainment. Art is entertainment. Dancing is entertainment. Why is another human hurting another human entertainment for you? That's a question that you need to ask yourself. But we will all justify and say, oh, well, it's just TV. And it's just, no, it's real life. These are real people. You're watching them. Scripted or not, you're watching them.
And what is that doing to you mentally?
And what is it doing to you mentally? And what is it doing for you? And why do you subscribe to that?
That's a good stopping point. That's homework. That's homework for people. Okay. Take advantage of that. These are nuggets that you could get from a therapist, but instead you're getting it from Our Plus. Coach Nikki, per usual, it's always a great show. I cannot believe our time has come to an end. However, You'll be back next Sunday.
Yeah.
Any last words? Are we gonna do the by your eyes?
We got an affirmation. But before I get into this affirmation, y'all, I love it here. I've been with Our Plugs for a year, and I'm honored and privileged to work with these beautiful ladies. Like, they are absolute goddesses and queens. If you are not a member of Our Plugs, you need to sign up today. You know, I don't know. We might grow so big, maybe you too can have a segment. But I love it here, and I highly encourage you, if you are a business owner or entrepreneur, to please sign up to our website. You can get a generalized membership for free, or you can get a paid one where your ads, your commercials, and your business can be promoted. Just like you saw mine and Counselor Nikki's and Sparkle Kicks and everybody, Morning Stars Boutique. Shout out to all these beautiful ladies. It is still Women's Month, so shout out to y'all. But I love it here. And thank you, DJ Kitty, and thank you, Morning Stars. Always an honor and privilege.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, bow your eyes and close your head.
Y'all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
I release the need to explain myself to those who choose not to understand me. My truth is valid even when it is not received. I honor my voice without overextending it. I set boundaries without guilt, and I stand firm without fear. I am not responsible for managing others' perceptions of me. I choose peace over proving, clarity over chaos, and self-respect over approval. I am understood by those aligned with me, and that is good enough.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hallelujah.
Nikki, hallelujah. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom, and what an amazing topic. You guys learn from this, grow from this. I'm going to turn it over to Miss Morningstar. Just an FYI, Miss Morningstar will be with you for the rest of the week. DJ Kitty will be out for the rest of the week. You know, I got things to do with my black job. Anywho. I will be back next Sunday hopefully I may be able to come in on the Friday show, but if not, I'll be back next week. Miss Morningstar, per usual, please take us home.
Oh, yes, guys. Thank you. It was a good Monday. It was a great Monday. We actually got some good nuggets from our coach. Always something good to talk about and discuss. You guys carry that through your week. Remember, today is the day you set the tone to have a productive and positive work week. And it is Monday, so get it and make it the best week ever. And as I say that, come back tomorrow too. We'll have Tuesday with Veterans Voice. We'll have our two fellows of Our Plugs come on, and they are veterans, so we'll be enjoying that show while they show us some triggering videos, but giving us the real scoop of what's happening in the United States, not only in our government but around our country. So y'all come on back at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, Memphis, Tennessee, Holly Springs, Mississippi. We love you. WKRA 92.7 The Change. Thank you as always for this wonderful opportunity. TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and YT. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Y'all have a wonderful day. Be great. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
As we wrap up today's show, we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, tapping in, and staying connected to your community.
Remember, this platform exists to uplift Black-owned businesses, nonprofits, creatives, and community leaders who are doing the work that moves us forward.
Make sure you support today's guests. Share the show. Stay plugged into Our Plugs, because when we support each other, we all rise.
Until next time, keep believing, keep building, and keep shining. You've got this.
You've been listening to Our Plugs, the community connection where communities meet opportunity. We'll see you next time.